it and then shout you down if you don't say it. Now, this kind of world with when you talked about the black men in your neighborhood, and you know, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to talk to those people either because they lack the critical thinking skills, in my opinion, to be able to understand the complexities of the world around them. They want to see the world in black and white, good and bad. The world's not like that. You understand that there's
And it's so
different.
funny that you use that critical thinking, those exact words. That's what I said when I was speaking. I said, that's the problem with a lot of people. They lack critical thinking skills, and they just see, like you said, black and white, and there's so many different color shades of gray and a
Right.
lot of different things, especially in this, in the government. They want to look at the government as a business. You can say that it's a business to an extent, but it's more than that. It's a democracy.
Well, and the thing is that here's I don't know if you ever saw Bo of the Fifth Column. He's taking an extended break. His wife Belle of the Fifth Column took his page. He's got like almost 1 million subscribers. And he said something that was always profound to me. He said, "People who vote for people like that want to be ruled and not be governed." That's
That makes so much sense, and that's so true. That rings so true.
because they take loyalty and obedience over understanding. I don't care. I don't want to understand. I just want to be told what to do. And then when things don't go the way, I have somebody to blame. That's a lack of critical thinking skills, lack of being able to understand themselves and understand what's going on around them. And this is why we have all these issues. You think they care? You think they really cared about the border? They didn't care about the border. They
They
voted.
didn't.
A lot of people voted for him because he hates the same people they do. So they do that, and then in that, and one of the trends on TikTok now is a lot of black women like white women don't mess with us. We ain't messing with y'all no more. Latin women, we ain't messing with y'all no more.
Right.
And
We tired of holding everybody on our back.
yeah,
Our backs hurt. We
and I
tired of lifting everyone up. And then when we need the same courtesy, we get asses to kiss.
well that's
That's
and
what.
the thing,
Instead of a helping hand, I lift up, we get boots on our necks.
yeah,
And
and
we're tired.
so
Me as a black woman, I try to uplift other races, other demographics. I try. But when the shoe's on the other foot and I reach my hand out, I'm told to pull myself up by my bootstraps and handle it. Put an H on my back and handle it, you
yeah,
know. And
yeah,
it's ridiculous. We are tired.
and that's the thing is that, and I think we're black people are starting to coalesce around that. It's like, hey, when people in Palestine, well, why don't you talk about Palestine? And we like, why?
Not my monkey, not my show. Y'all handle it.
Well, not even how I said. So where were y'all during the summer of 2020 with Black Lives
Black
Matter?
Lives Matter, right?
So
Exactly.
whatever you think about BLM as an organization is that's different from the movement. So and they did a lot of Arabs and Hispanics didn't vote for Vice President Harris because she wasn't she wasn't anti-genocide totally. So they elected the guy who's basically um, the president of Israel. Basically, well, make it a parking lot. We can buy the property.
Right.
So that
And now they looking stupid in the face like we didn't know that was going to happen. You absolutely knew that was going to happen because we told you it was going to happen.
and then white women are like, why are black women not abandoning us? Because when it came down to it, y'all voted to be white over voting to be a woman.
Exactly.
And but in all honesty, I can understand why they did it because they didn't want to lose their place in the hierarchy.
That's understandable, but don't cry when a cheetah bites you in your
Oh,
face. Don't be surprised.
I'm not saying it because it's totally wrong. Why sacrifice your why sacrifice your freedom for tethered comfort? That's
And right now, what they're in is is the find out portion of the FAFO.
yep, exactly. They show finding
They're
out.
finding out, and it didn't take long. It took what, a day, and people are showing their true colors.
Hmm. Oh
Look
yeah.
at that guy. I believe his name is Angel Rodriguez, and he was pro Trump. He's naturalized citizen, and he voted Trump. And he thought he was buddy buddy with his white neighbor, who also is a Trump supporter, MAGA. And the day after the election, the white neighbor told him that his kids couldn't play with his kids anymore to go back to his country. And he was mad about that. And the white neighbor actually took out a pew pew and did what they do
Yep.
to the kids. And the guy was surprised. Wait, I'm one of you.
No, you ain't.
No, you were never. We didn't want you. We wanted your vote. And now
Yep.
that we got your vote, we have no more use for you. Now they want to start the process of denaturalization of all these naturalized citizens that thought they counted. No, you
Brown.
didn't count.
So they're not going to do that to Ukrainians or
Or the
Russians.
Russians, right? Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Make no mistake about that. Make no mistake
When they
about
when they when they think, because if you think about it, the the president elect's wife is a naturalized citizen. She's
it.
not going anywhere.
Oh yeah. And then you heard Russia sent out put out
Her
um
naughty pictures,
yeah,
yes. Hmm.
but that's
Like I said, we are
Russia
in
wasn't involved in anything.
the find out. Yeah, we're in the find out era, and they're gonna really find out. Then you don't believe that crap stinks
Hmm.
until it's in your face.
That meat greasy.
That meat is greasy. Is indeed greasy.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh,
Mr.
Did you
Green, you
hear
still
that?
there?
I'm sorry. I know I just took over the show. I do
Oh
that.
no,
I
no,
apologize.
hey, I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
But did you hear about expats that live in Mexico are getting deported because their papers their papers are
They're not straight.
not in
And you
straight.
know what though?
Yes.
You know what though? I'm saying, see that's what this is what people don't understand. You want them to do stuff for you, but you doing their former citizens dirty. So why can't we do you dirty?
Right.
But
Right. Turn around, is real. The turnaround is real.
exactly.
Yes.
But
Oh,
the way some of them are, when they talk about ugly Americans, they're not talking about most melanated folks.
no,
Because
not at all.
we most of the time we act decently, especially since if we ain't in that country. Because even though we American, we understand that our melanin is a bright red flag.
Yes. And most of us were taught.
You
You act a
embarrassment.
certain way and mix company. You don't, you use common sense and decency, and you respect people's laws, and you act accordingly. A lot of non-melanated Americans don't feel like that. They feel like they're all important, and after the country's rules and regulations, it don't apply to them because they're American of the white white
Exactly,
persuasion.
exactly. But that's what happens. So people don't understand that, and then they wondering why things are not going the way they're supposed to go.
Get the phone off. Yeah, you know my ring will be off sometimes. I do that
You don't have the phone, I guess. uh, hey, welcome to live podcasting. You never know what's going to happen, but it happens anyway. But I agree. I agree with you. And now that you know your 45-year-old 5-year-old granddaughter, you know, she's growing up in a world where she's going to see things change so rapidly that it's not, you know, what's happening today is going to be ancient history when she, you know, in 15 years when she's 20. What prospects do you think that she'll have in this changing world?
What's sad about it is if it if everything goes the way, you know, they want, she's gonna have less rights than I do today in the future. By the time she's 20, she's gonna have less rights that our ancestors, our forefathers fought for. And, you know, they're trying to take away the vote for, you know, not only women, but minorities. They're trying to take away our vote. They're, you know,
They'd have to repeal four amendments for that to happen.
right. And I mean, just because they have to work at it, that doesn't mean, you know, it can't happen. It's a very, you know, it's a possibility. I hope that it doesn't happen, but it's very possible.
Yeah,
I mean, they overturned something that we didn't think it was going to, you know, happen. Roe v. Wade. We didn't think that was going to happen. We thought that was cemented.
yeah.
And look at it, you know,
That's what I'm
just
saying.
like, right. Anything is possible, especially in this crazy world, this crazy country. Anything is possible.
The comedian George Carlin said a long
Thanks for watching. This is the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce, saying, never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbors ain't.